So, these are the SRH750. Yep, wallpaper engine does it again. SRH750 DJ class headphones, which would look to be a somewhat of a weird addition to my usual, reviews. But there's an interesting story. These were actually the third pair of cans I ever bought, like legitimate now headphones. And that this was when I was still trying out new things, and I was trying to not so much break the bank because these aren't very expensive. And I got the 559s, which kind of opened the door. Then I got the the DT990s, which kind of like kicked it open. And then these, they kind of just kept the door open, because these, actually I like these. There's faults. There's definitely faults. It's not perfect at all, but these definitely helped. And I was mostly kind of like, let's say, fucking peopling like the marketing, especially with the whole up to 3,000 milliwatts of peak input power, which kind of make me thought like, oh my Jesus, this thing should be fucking awesome. But yeah, it was at a time that I didn't know all that much in regards to the subtleties of the audiophile scene. But yeah, I'm not going to get into too much with this with the the introduction. Let's get fucking into it. The fucking Shure SRH750 DJs. Fucking probably the first thing we should do, as per the usual, is what's in the box. Jesus, oh my fucking ballsack. God damn it. It's like extremely hot here. Okay, not like they're all sweaty and fucking soupy and shit. It's just they're kind of like fucking. Oh, just not. There we go. Okay, anyway. So, my hand was not in my pants. Jesus, just keep that in mind. Anyway, so what's in the box? So, these are all obviously one of the very few that I bought new. And BT Dubs, this isn't mine anymore. This is the first and probably the last headphone in my collection that I'll probably offload, because I don't really know why exactly I did it. Maybe it's because it's not the perfect pairing for my fucking, listening style, with it being closed and all that shit. But I offloaded it to a friend because he does like awesome DJ mixing and stuff, and I need him to fucking open a SoundCloud account, start recording his shit, and uploading it. You know who you are. Because the guy's really talented and he really knows what he's fucking doing. Even though he just, it's just a side thing he does at home when he has free time. And it's mostly like DJ mixing shit, because he's got the whole fancy fucking mixing desky thing with this flicky and fucking all the lighty up buttons and bullshit. So I thought like this kind of would work well for him. And it... So I asked him, he paid like a bit of money, and then he printed me a bunch of 3D printed headphone hangers that I have in the closet. Anyway, that's a long fucking story. So what's in the fucking box? So when I asked him if I can borrow them, just to get a feel for them again and do a review, I neglected to tell him I kind of need the box. So he didn't give me the box. But he gave me the next best thing, which is still fun. I'm not going to fucking like postpone this. I did a bunch of testing with it the last 2 or 3 days. And I'm not going to postpone this, like, whatever. You can keep the box. You can Google the box. But what you get in the box is... First of all, let's do the cable first of all. So they did an interesting thing where they kind of fucking coiled it. And then also made a straight line. Not quite sure why one would do this, like for it to be this long. Like usually it will probably round about be this, but this is the part that goes into the can. So I guess it kind of makes sense. And coily shit just works with DJ shit. I don't know why, but for some reason when I see a coiled cable, it looks to be something that needs to be used. I don't know. It's like the expectation is you want to be able to move a bit away without a sudden, fucking jerk. So this makes a lot of sense. It feels fine. It's not God's gift to the human race in regards to, cables. But it's fine. It's got a nice fucking strain to it. And, either you like coiled or you don't. I honestly don't really care that much. It kind of, if you're not going to be uncoiling it a lot, this is kind of the length. So it doesn't take up that much space, but you have a lot of room. It has, Jesus, it has this proprietary goddamn fucking locking mechanism thing. I like the fact that it's a removable cable, because obviously that's always the best. But it has the same fucking thing that, what was those? The Sennheisers, the fucking PC37Xs, they do this. And some of the others that they make also do this. Is like a insert locking thing, which is fine. You don't want it to rip out just by itself. It's a 2.5 mil. So that kind of pisses me off as well. But again, not a game changer, not a deal breaker. I'm pretty sure I got a second cable with it. I need to ask him, because I'm pretty sure you get an extra cable, which is, I think, just a straight one. Or it could be an identical one. I don't know if I gave that to him or what happened, but I'm pretty sure the day I opened the fucking box, I got a cable, like it's 2 cables, and I know you get another set of identical pads. Again, it's, the assumption is DJ shit, they're going to be all rough and tumble with it and be all sweaty and shit. So you might want to, replace it quite frequently. So giving another set in the box, which is never really expected, not expected, like, it's not like it should be the case. Yeah, it's not like it's expected to be that way, but it's a nice touch. And given the overall price, that's actually not too bad. Anyway, so you get this. It's not a very presentable, pretty box. Please understand that. So doing an unboxing would also pretty much be like a fucking, trivial affair. And then you also get this, which is, again, makes sense. It's a definitely pleather, like very much synthetic fucking leather. And it's, looks like feels like a hard vinylish kind of thing on the inside. Definitely not scratch in here. And it's big enough to fit this and the cable easily. And the fact the headphone does this, I'll get to this in the build, but that makes it fit quite fucking easily in there. You can pretty much see that's the case. And just, again, a nice touch. Not something that I would be using, but granted, I asked him I need to loan the fucking headset, and he brought it in the fucking bag. So basically, it has a fucking use. As far as that goes, that's pretty much all that's in the box. Oh yeah, by the way, this terminates to a 3.5, but obviously you get the screw-on fucking 1/4 inch, and that's what's in the box. Not a very, again, it's like a utilitarian type of shit. Like, it doesn't have to be this fucking godly presence, like you're opening up a fucking pair of DACs or fucking I don't know, Odyssey fucking LCD4s, it doesn't have to be like that. So it's fine. The unboxing experience is fine, nothing special. Now it's time to get to what the fuck? Why am I forgetting this? It feels like I've done this fucking too long ago. Oh yeah, of course. Well, we need to get to the build and the feel. So as far as the build and feel goes, as I said previously, it's quite a utilitarian type of thing, which in the sense that it's very purpose-built. Nothing about this screams exceptional premium fucking quality. But what it does feel like is a fucking tankiness. Like, not so much tank like the Fidelios, but more like you can really like throw this shit around, and you shouldn't really worry about it too much, in regards to breaking. Which again kind of makes sense. If you're going to be calling it a DJ class headphone, let's be honest, in those types of environments, it's not like everyone fucking lights themselves ablaze. But overall, it's a moving around, being all fucking hot and bothered type of, setup most of the time. So you need something with a bit of fucking substance. This being their, I think, more entry level into the DJ class of it, because this is 750. I do think they make a SRH750 as well, which kind of does the same thing and looks kind of the same, but I'm pretty sure it's a bit more of a premium feel. But overall, so it's a closed back, obviously. It goes with the fucking territory. It's very much plastic fucking city over here, except for this. This feels metal. This is definitely a type of metal where I'm guessing the driver is like fit inside there. Overall, the color, it's an interesting color. It's a beigey, goldy, bronzy type of shit. I don't know what prompted this, but it's fine. I'm not sure if you can get it in a black, like an all blacked out version, which would be cool as well if that's the case. But I, just ordered it online because I wanted, to listen to it. The band is extremely goddamn thick. There's no real fucking give here. Like, this whole structure is extremely fucking, taut. But over here, that's where the bend happens. Now, I'm not sure how far I want to take this, because it kind of feels like it can snap, but I'm pretty sure they wouldn't make it that it would. But like, it doesn't make concerning noises, so to speak, but for some reason I just feel like this is something that's gonna go, and then suddenly just fucks off, Overall, you've got the, again, leathery type of feel with the Shure logo. It's just fucking printed on there. It should rub off if you rub it, with your hands and stuff for quite a extensive period of time. The headband, yeah, it could have been a bit more thicker. Most definitely, it could be more thick and definitely softer. Again, it could be that they thought, one doing DJ stuff, you're not going to really be caring about uber fucking comfort. But yeah, they could have definitely softened this up a bit more. I feel like if it's on your face, just, push it down a bit so it contours, whatever the fuck. And then when it sticks like that, then it's kind of fine. But it's not the most comfortable of cans. It's not like it sucks, but like, for example, the pads. It's a fine size. It's fully circular, which I would have kind of preferred if it was more ovally, or better yet, even ear shaped. But it fits the ear. If you have large type of ears, it's gonna touch a bit on the sides. But the most disappointing thing, I think, in regards to the entire build and feel, are the pads. They're stiff, and it feels kind of like a cheapy-ish leather. It's a tough material. I think what they went here is they needed something rather it be more tough, to withstand punishment, than to be all soft and veloury and fucking hissing your goddamn ear holes. So I see why, but if you want to be just chilling and listening to it, it can become a bit fatiguing at times. But yeah, that being said, the clamping force is not an issue. Not I have a thick fucking face. The clamping force is fine. That's not an issue. So as you can see, there's quite a bit of articulation here. It's supposed to be able to do this. So I'm guessing you should be able to put it flat on your chest. It goes out, far enough in order to accommodate most fucking faces. And of course, it also does this, which, I don't know, it kind of feels like a given. It should be like this. I feel like there's no real reason for that not to be the case. It kind of pisses me off a bit because it's not really my thing. But because it doesn't really always keep its shape, it's not always perfectly fucking symmetrical, which kind of pisses me off. But, that's fine. As far as the indicators go, there is left-right indicators, but they also did the awesome thing, which everyone should probably just do, is the blue and the red, just this little line, just a little fucking line. Like, it's small enough that it's not in your fucking face and irritating and looks like extremely prominent, but just enough so even in a dimly lit room, you can easily, that blue, or, fucking red, I know exactly what side I'm going to be putting it on. So yeah, that's overall the build and feel. Extreme, fucking rugged and tough. The fucking man, hopefully it doesn't go all fucking Snap City. But overall, not the most comfortable set, but definitely built for the circumstances that it might, for the settings that it might be in. So overall, it makes sense, but it leaves a bit to be desired. But I think the more important part is what's coming up next, because, it can be, like, some people say that if an headphone is uncomfortable, it doesn't really matter how good it sounds, because you don't want to have it on your face for that long. I'm not completely in that camp, unless it's kind of like stabbing you in your goddamn fucking face. It can be somewhat... I interchange a lot, so I don't sit with a pair of headphones for like multiple fucking hours unless I'm gaming. But when I'm listening to music, I tend to interchange between sets. So rarely will a piece of, headgear be on my head for longer than an hour. And I found that if you compressed it a bit, it's adequate. But overall, if something sounds truly goddamn amazing, like for example, my stacks, then I can kind of forgive the fact that it's not that comfortable. But then again, then you must sound like a pair of fucking stacks. So this is either a bit of a deal breaker for you or not. For me, it's not, because it's not that bad. It's just not perfect. But yeah, let's get into the part that is what most people come to a review for, and that is the sound. So the sound with these is actually kind of easy, in the sense that they sound almost exactly what you would think they do. They're DJ headphones. And it's like they pretty much catered the sound for that. And the reality is, most DJ stuff tends to be, beat heavy, not so much heavy bass heavy, but upbeat, synthy, fucking, not instrumental, so to speak, and overall just upbeat EDM, drum and bass, dubstep, shit like that. So this works extremely well with that. It's like they perfectly met the market that they were going for with this. It fucking works. Not that it sounds shit. Let's say, for example, you get like an orchestral fucking sound, or, a soundtrack, say, for example, Star Wars soundtrack or something like that. It doesn't sound shit, not at all. But it just, for some reason, it feels so at home on my EDM playlist, and on my dubstep playlist, and on my psytrance playlist. It just feels like that's where it's supposed to be. Like, I put on some metal, and it sounded fine. But there were things that were a bit lacking, and the moment I put on any EDM dubstep shit, immediately it feels like they come alive, which kind of, it's kind of a stupid thing to say, I guess, because at the end of the day, music is music, and, all music sounds different, but not fundamentally so much different that a piece of headgear or cans should, be just for a specific type of music. Like, there are things that do that, but at this price, it's kind of weird that would be the fucking case. But it's just, it's the way fucking it is. If I could explain it like in the layman way of one would describe fucking sound, low, mids, and highs. Again, let's start from the top. The highs are never sibilant. They go high. They go high to a point where it can become a bit fatiguing, especially with high volume, because this needs volume. It doesn't suck at low volumes. It really comes alive when you really fucking give that driver a nice fucking just turn that knob just a little bit to the point where you start feeling a bit uncomfortable, and then you turn it back just a little bit. These drivers want to take a fucking ass pound. They sound better that way. And at that point, most shitty headphones would start becoming sibilant and extremely fatiguing. These become only slightly fatiguing in the high end once doing that. It's still clear. It's not crystal. It's clear enough so that it makes sense for the market that it's in. As far as the mids go, the mids, I do believe these have more of a already built-in V shape, the way that I already EQ my shit most of the time. So me plugging this into the tube amp, the mids fall away even more, than what they already do. They're not gone. There's not zero mids. I'll turn off the EQ, and it still sounds fine. But there's a definite V shapiness here. Not so much like the 99 Classics. He's actually borrowing those right now. So and I need to give these back and get those back before he falls in love with those irrevocably, and then I'm never getting them fucking back. So that trade needs to happen as soon as physically possible. But I understand completely why he would love those. Those are bass fucking heavy, very V-shapey, and these are almost the same, but a bit more leveled out. So yeah, as far as the mids go, they're a bit recessed. doesn't sound tinny or hollow in any way, but you can definitely hear there's a bit of a toned down quality to the fucking mids. Now the bass. Now, obviously, I said in the beginning of this specific segment that it lends itself well to upbeat, bassy, fucking synthy shit like EDM music, rave, psytrance, dubstep, drum and bass, drum step, shit like that. And these really like to reside in that low end environment. So, and that's why I also said, like, cranking these up a bit, you will almost never get to a point unless the amp is unable to accommodate, which I doubt it will, because these aren't that difficult to drive. They're not the easiest, but they're not fucking impossible. It's not like you don't need a fucking SP, the SML SP200 over here. It's like, you don't need that. They really like a tubey sound, like making it a bit more warm. Kind of makes sense with these. You're warming it up a bit more than it already is. But again, like I said with the highs, it's not crystal, but I think for leisurely listening, I would connect this to a tube amp. But the moment you're going to do mixing and stuff with these, I would probably put them on a solid state, because you might fuck up your mixes and stuff like that. That's just me. I'm not an expert in that at all. That's just what I'm thinking. So as far as the bass goes, there's not a extreme rumble. The moment the low end rumble comes in, it almost does the same thing that the 99 Classics do, where the individual rumbles kind of fall back, where it's more of a flat line but thick ass bass. But, to the upper spectrum of the low end, it's really fucking tasty. Like, really, like, extremely beady shit, like Turbotronics. They have the same BPM to every single goddamn song, and almost the same bass line to every goddamn song. And I like it. It's kind of cathartic. And these really like that. Like a nice slam in the bass. These like that. And again, it just makes too much goddamn sense given the market that these are catering to. Like this, it's just a fucking no-brainer, honestly. So yeah, overall, bit recessed in the mids, nice, clear, but not crystal clear, not planar levels of fucking clear. And as far as vocals go, they kind of, again with the mids, like say for example my pair of HD6XXs, they fucking destroy these with vocals. Like, it's not like vocals are shitty, but they don't have that special quality that you can get with a good pair of planars, or possibly a pair of 600s or 6XXs. So, but again, you're not really buying these to listen to vocally pop music, I think. I could be fucking wrong, but I don't think that's the fucking case. So, what? Just give me fucking 1 sec. My fucking apologies. The storage on the goddamn fucking camera, well, let's be honest, the fucking phone were full and then you stop recording. Anyway, I can't honestly remember that well what I was trying to say here at the end, but overall, let's just summarize this. This makes sense for the market that it's in. Okay? If you're gonna be doing DJ shit, then you should probably get one of these. You can probably get away with something like, say, a pair of DT900 Pro X's. You'll probably get like better sound out of it. Like, I'm pretty sure you will definitely get like better sound. Not Pro X's. If you're going to go close back, you're probably doing the 700s. But either way, they're not supposed to be perfect because they're not priced as something that should be fucking perfect. But they sound good. If you like a somewhat V-shape with an extremely, like the driver feels like it's tight. And it's never really going to loosen up that much, because I just feel like it's supposed to. I don't know why that. Actually, that's kind of the thing that I should have mentioned. Yeah, the driver, even though they've been playing for quite a while, they should be like fucking burnt in at this point. But they always sound like they're tight, which is not a bad thing. That's where that bass really comes through nicely. But that's also where the whole feeling that you need to fucking crank it up a bit, just give this shit some juice to really open up. And that kind of lends itself well to that nice slam in the goddamn bass. So, that's my summation right here. slightly V-shaped. The closed, it's not extremely fucking closed. You'd think it's very much closed. I think it's the pads that does this. I don't think it leaks, from the inside, but it's not a perfect fit. So there's a bit of leakage there. So maybe that's, if you're an extreme closed back fanatic, then that might be a bit of a thing. But I think that also depends on the shape of your goddamn face. Because this is closed as all fuck. Like, there's no fucking nothing coming in there. Fucking nothing. There's nothing coming in there. So it's supposed to be a closed fucking shell. Extremely goddamn closed shell. But, oh yeah, and just, by the way, as far as the soundstage why do I keep saying goes? Like fucking, Jesus, this fucking accent. It's fine. It's almost like, here's your face. It's right about there, and which is actually kind of okay for a closed back. It's not like extremely up in your fucking ear holes intimate, which it's a nice middle ground for me, not being the biggest closed back fan, but then it also doesn't sound like it's in your fucking head, for me at least. So overall, sound-wise, beat, heavy, bassy, fucking upbeat synthy, fucking rave, EDM, dubstep, drum step, side trance, all that shit. These are the ones for you. Really. And again, being so fucking tanky, just, I'm actually fucking doing the conclusion now. You know what? I'm going to say the rest of this in the fucking conclusion. Let's get to that. So, the power in the fucking conclusion. Okay, so as far as the power goes, these are 50mm drivers, which is kind of biggish, actually. You'd usually find them in a 40. Most cans are 40-ish, I think. It just feels like the more prevalent fucking size. But these are 50mm. The ohm rating is about 40, which, again, I said that they're not that difficult to fucking drive, with a sensitivity level of 106 dB, which that actually puts them in the range of not being that hard to drive. In the past, I thought, again, because I was a bit more stupid back then, because they really tout that whole 3000 milliwatt max power input, which makes you believe that it can easily take up to 3 fucking watts before they'll just explode. And I'm guessing that is something unique to this, because you don't see many brands advertising that. I don't know how true it is, but that's kind of what lured me to this, because I was like, Jesus Christ, 3 fucking watts? That's a lot. That's a fucking lot. And I don't know what the overall fucking power output is on most, fucking mixing desks and stuff like that, but they work very well on the mixing desk that my colleague has, that he does his mixing on, and it should pretty much work on anything. Again, I would advise to probably fucking amplify this, because I said in the fucking sound, these like to be fucking cranked, so put them on a fucking amp. You can probably drive, I've driven them off the PC, way in the beginning when I got them, and these are one of the things that kind of made me go the route of a nice amp. Because I had like that shitty fucking, not so much shitty, I should actually be, fucking grateful to it, because it kind of, again, opened up fucking so many avenues in realizing, what amplifying a pair of cans can do to them. But it was like this silly Dixon fucking mixing desky thing, but it gave more power than, standard output would from a notebook or a fucking gaming controller or whatever it would. So, but overall, amplify these. I know I'm a snob in fucking amplify all the goddamn things, but just fucking amp them. Like, these want to be fucking amped. Just do that. Don't be fucking silly goose. In the conclusion, so I'm fine with these. They will not blow your mind. And again, I don't think they're marketed towards people like me wanting to experience all the greatness of the audiophile scene. These were one of the, I don't want to call it a mistake, but let's call it one of the lesser mistakes. But one learns in your travels, and I'm not disappointed that I got them. Not to mention the fact that it content, but now I kind of know what to expect when trying more DJ level stuff, which I won't deliberately do, but if there's like a good, secondhand fucking bargain, for a pair of 940s, I think it's the 940s. Like, these are the 750s. I'm pretty sure the step up from this is the 940s. Could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it is. I'll try them. Why the fuck not? But it's I'm not the true market for this. But overall, the fucking, the practicality that it has, the nice extra stuff you get in the fucking box, which you usually don't at this price point. Let me just fucking double check that, because I'm probably just gonna fucking lie. I don't even know. Why can't I go back on this? God damn it. Like, why are we all dicks about it? Oh yeah, I can go back here. Just go back once more. Fucking Amazon. Fucking there you go. Let's just see what it is. Today is the fucking 12th of the 1st of 2023. And currently unavailable. I'm thinking they're fucking, end of life anyway. But they were probably in the ballpark, if I convert South African fucking rupees. They were in the ballpark, something around, it was definitely under $100. They were definitely below $100. I'm pretty sure of that. So I don't know what the successors or, are to these. But, I'm pretty sure they'll be better, because one needs to fucking progress, forward, not so much fucking backwards. And Shure is a company that's been in the game as long as most people can fucking remember, as long as most people listening to this or watching this have lived, me included. So they kind of know what the fuck they're doing, and this is kind of their fucking niche. So overall, reputable brand with a nice pair of cans, which they feel their price point, they feel like their price point, and they sound good. They sound good, and there's not much to fucking complain about. Honestly, again, given the price, you can't really complain about these. The color, maybe a bit jank and could have been a bit more comfortable. But then again, rough and tumbly DJs, fucking, that's the fucking market. So make it look all trippy and shit, because it has a somewhat unique look, I guess, as far as fucking cans go. So yeah, not much else to say. I'm probably going to be rambling if I, continue this for too long. Overall, I'm fine with these. The Shure fucking SRH7, just, that's the fucking thing with these. Like, they never stick. Wait a minute. Oh my god. No. What the fuck? Oh my god. Okay, see, I forgot to mention this. They're fucking, it's kind of a bit spring-loady. Okay. Why the fuck did they do this? Why is this a thing? That's fucking weird, but just stay there. Fucking stay there. There we go. Now they're staying there. Either way, SRH750 DJs. It's a cool buy. In that case, it was a good buy. Probably not being able to get all of them. But when if they're on a, not so much a sale, but if you can get them secondhand and you're looking for a pair of these, I wouldn't criticize you. They're fine. They sound fine. Nothing fucking amazingly spectacular, but exactly when you see the word DJ, think of something like this, and think of what that would sound like, because they sound like that. They sound like DJ, which is a weird fucking way of describing it. Anyway, fucking that's it. Until another video, blah blah blah.